What's good and what's poppin' YouTube? My name is Kene, and if you didn't already know, I go to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. And today I'm going to be sharing some very wise words from my esteemed college counselor, Mr. Lane. He shared these tips with my class last year, right before we went off to school, and when I see you guys, those tips probably saved me. Like, they were amazing, and I really wanted to share that with you all since college is a focus of my channel, and I want to help y'all out. So if you want to see what these tips are about and learn what they are, keep watching this video and be sure to subscribe to my channel. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, so this is a list of 10 tips. So I'm going to start at 10 and then work my way down because that's how the list was presented to me. So tip number 10, have an open mind. See new things, meet new people, embrace new opportunities. Don't be shy. Get as much intel from older students that you can, especially about classes. And so college is literally going to be nothing like anything you've ever experienced before. Like, maybe boarding school might be a bit similar, but the amount of freedom, the amount of new things that you can try are going to be so vast that it's just going to be entirely new. And so you're going to be introduced to different people, introduced to different cultures, activities, and ways of life that you've just never seen. So you just have to be open and willing to explore those things. I came to UNC, I didn't know anyone, like literally I didn't know anyone. And so my first year just wouldn't have been as fun, as eventful, as successful. I wouldn't have met the people that I met if I didn't force myself to make connections and interact with other people. Tip number 9. College is not your mother. It is an institution. It will not remind you of your responsibilities, but punish you for ignoring them. College forces you to grow up real quick. Now, this is the one. Like, all I really have to say about this is you have to handle your business. You have to be about your business and know why you're at school. You can have fun, you can do all those things, but you need to handle your business. Tip number 8, be extremely careful who you date or love. Love cares nothing about your GPA. Do not love yourself to a low GPA. Relationships are not your priority. Graduation is. Just imagine having to tell your parents that you flunked out because you got your heart broken. Now, this tip is not telling you not to get into relationships. It's not telling you not to, meet who you want to meet, do what you want to do. But it's just saying, don't let your love life, your situationship life, whatever life you might have, come secondhand to your academic duties. Because it's not worth it. Like, literally, boys, girls, not worth it. Tip number 7, get help before you need it. In college, the smartest students are at tutoring, so join them. Tutoring, advising, counseling should be pursued when you're not in trouble. Emphasis on when you're not in trouble. He also said, don't wait until the bridge is burning to call the fire department. So in other words, don't wait until you're failing, until you're struggling, until you can't catch up to get help. And not to mention, you're paying for these academic advisors, you're paying for the tutors, you're paying for your counselors, all in your tuition. So don't sleep, get help when you need it. Tip number 6, most people in college are broke. But don't forget there's one thing you cannot buy in college. It's your reputation. Protect it. Have the time of your life, but don't forget that the biggest college becomes a small world real fast. Don't make your 4 years more difficult than it needs to be. That's really all I have to say. Tip number 5, party like a rock star, but train like a ninja. It's okay to have fun and party, but if you're failing your classes, and he said, and I quote, what the hell are you celebrating? Failure? It's like saying, thank God it's Friday and you're unemployed. Not. And I think Ms. Lane hit this right on the head. Tip number 4, sit your butt in the front of every class. Students who dwell in the back of the class are telling the university, I'm scared, I'm unprepared, I'm ashamed, and I don't belong. There's a reason first class is located in the front of the plane. And let the fact that you stand out at a PWI be used for an advantage. So, of course, the last part is for a person of color who is attending a PWI. But I really made a conscious effort to try to sit in the front of the class, especially for my major classes, because these are the same people that you're going to be asking for letters of recommendations for. You just want to be able to forge that connection more easily, and you do that by sitting in the front of the class. But you also have to keep in mind, you have to go to class if you sit in very prominent locations in the class. So I definitely do think that you guys should try to take this advice more specifically because it will help you in relation to the bigger picture of going to college. Tip number 3, balance, balance, balance. You must study, you must be productive, but you must also sleep, you must also eat, you must also have fun. You must also have unproductive time. Don't let anyone tell you differently. With no balance, you will short circuit. Not too much of any one thing. Balance. But guys, don't let your phone, an activity, a person, or even your academics take too much out of you, because like it's really just not that serious. And from quarantine, we can all kind of see how important, how crucial self-care really is. So when it's time to go back to school, don't forget about her, because it's really just not worth it. Tip number 2, if you're paying, you're staying. The minute you accept one dime of any loan, you owe it to yourself to stay until the end. Don't get billed for dropping out. There's nothing worse than leaving college with $25,000 in debt and no degree. If you pay, you better stay. He hit it right on the head, but I just say, like, if you're gonna stay, also try your hardest to get through it. So you don't want to have to repeat. You don't want to, like he said, drop out. Just really, really try your best. Stay. Don't let your money go to waste. And yeah. And we're finally down to tip number 1. Get out of your feelings and get the work done. You will have bad days and disappointments, but don't get sent home because you got sent off. Think before you speak, tweet, post, snap, DM, rebel, fight, yell, or act a fool. Don't throw away tomorrow based on your feelings today. So I've seen this one happen too often, guys. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, it's personally happened to me back in high school. You just never know who's watching you, how private, no matter how private you think it might be, like, don't post certain things, especially out of anger, out of frustration, out of disappointment. Like, it's really just not worth it. And it's getting so much easier for people to track your past, track your background. As you know, cancel culture is very real. So just think before you act. And yeah. So I hope you guys took some valuable information away from this video. Again, even if all of the information does not apply to you, you can still pass it on to someone else who might benefit from it, just like I passed it to you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for so much more college content. See you guys in the next video.